Hey guys, Ryan Gallagher here again with the second episode of the Monmouth Surf Scene podcast. So last week, Hurricane Nicole rolled up the Atlantic Ocean. The storm was strong, but it didn't get as close to our American coast as New Jersey surfers would have liked. The hurricane gave Bermuda a solid beating and offered stronger waves to the southern states on our east coast. Nicole's track was well predicted. Surfers from the mid-Atlantic and above saw this and resulted in an all-out charge down south. My friend and today's first guest for episode 2, Shane Moyer, and I saw the storm's track and immediately rounded up our camping gear, packed the car, and headed south for a long weekend. New Jersey was beginning to get colder, and the most logical course led us to the 80-degree beaches of the Outer Banks of North Carolina. OBX juts out into the Atlantic Ocean and constantly picks up bigger swell more often than any other area on the East Coast. When you travel to find waves, but then find no result, it's called getting skunked. I've known and hated this term for my entire surfing career, however, I didn't worry about it for this trip. Shane, as a surfer looking at the swell prediction for Outer Banks, was it obvious that there would be waves, or were you nervous that the 8-hour drive would end with no surf?
At first I wasn't going to go. The waves at home looked good enough. But the more I thought, when would swell look that good and consistent again? So we threw the it's on switch, and the rest was 3 days of sick waves, awesome people, and too many memories to count.
As it turned out, we camped in our dry tents for 2 nights and surfed almost 3 days. Every day was full of pumping waves, great conditions, and we surfed from Rodanthe, which is a little bit north, and Buxton, which is a little bit south, in Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. The water was about 72 degrees and the air was about 10 degrees warmer. It was a magical experience and topped previous excursions to the Outer Banks, as each and every trip always seems to do. But enough bragging out of me. I'm sorry to mention all the warm temperatures. I know it's freezing now in Jersey, but the first session of the episode is coming to a close. We'll be right back after a short break. It really sucks. The thing about good waves is that they don't last forever. And after swell dissipates and winds go awry, surfers are left wondering what the hell to do with their lives. It's called a flat spell, and they're basically surfers' worst nightmare. Flat spell means exactly what it says. The waves go flat for an extended period of time. I've brought a second guest on today to tell us more about how to get over the flat spell blues. So here today for a second session in this episode is fellow MU surfer Johnny Johnson. So John, I guess this run of constant waves had to come to an end. What are your top 5 things you like to do when there's no waves?
Well, Ryan, I love surfing all the time, as you know. But I've been in the gym, staying active, and that's the number one important thing I think we should constantly do. I've been doing a lot of paddling workouts in the gym. I've been trying to increase my strength. I've been swimming in the pool, which is nice. My lifeguard in Sandy Hook all summer long, so it's a great gig, and I love being in the water. So whenever I can't get in the water, like when there's no waves, I kind of start to itch. So.
Yeah, Johnny, if I don't surf in too long, I start to get out of my mind bored, and I just start to go crazy.
Tell me about it.
So what are the things that start to happen to you when you realize that you are deprived of surf?
All right. When I'm deprived of surf, I really start to go online and watch YouTube videos of other surfers surfing in different spots, and it really makes me want to get back in the water and not be working out, going back in the pool. I just want to be back in the water surfing. So I ended up going on surf cams that are online, and I see that's flat. It makes me really cranky and kind of grumpy, and I kind of stop smiling.
Yeah, I totally feel that, Johnson. Well, that's just all about the time we have today. Thank you, Shane and Johnson, for being on the show tonight, and thank you to everyone listening. I'll see you guys soon for episode 3 of the Monmouth University Surf Scene Podcast.